The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for four were provided by Four Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for four and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
From a sunny stadium field on the campus of Darien High School, we have this interstate top 25 boys lacrosse matchup. Today, the number 16 team in the nation, the Darien Blue Wave, play host to the number 7 team in the nation, the Indians of the Manhasset Secondary School. Pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Braden Shank joined alongside me, our Darien lacrosse expert, Cooper Puff, and our special guest this afternoon, our Manhasset lacrosse guru, Frank Coughlin. And Cooper, I'm going to start with you first. Darien, a big win against Yorktown on Tuesday. What do you think the Blue Wave need to do today to come away with a win against Manhasset?
Well, I think Manhasset's definitely a good team this year. They're starting off 7-0, and Darien's coming off a good win, double overtime win against Yorktown, 9-8. And I think if they get the ball to likes of Joe Caesar, Finn McCorney, or Matthew Minikis, they'll be great on the offense, and their defense led by David Ivanchek. If they play it well, strong, vocal defense, they'll be in this game.
And now, Frank, over to you for Manhasset. What do the Indians need to do today to come away with a win in their 8th on the year?
I think the face-off X will be critical. Cal Gerard, who is a Duke commit, a junior, is in a position to potentially dominate here despite the quality of the Darien face-off specialist. In addition, the Manhasset close defense is very young. They're starting a sophomore goalie. They have 2 Poles that are sophomores, and they run a long-stick midi that's a sophomore. So those are the keys as far as I'm concerned. The face-off position for Manhasset and the young defense.
It's definitely going to be an interesting battle at the face-off X. You mentioned Cal Gerard off to Duke, and then for Darien, Ty Comiskey, the senior, off to Lafayette. And we saw in that New Canaan game, Cooper, and we're going to take a short break with the national anthem. And the teams will huddle up their final preparations. As I was saying before the anthem, the face-off X really was the differentiating factor in the Darien New Canaan game, where Ty Comiskey got dominated in that one, and New Canaan ran away with it. Cooper, what do you think Darien's going to need to do today to try to beat Cal Gerard at the face-off X?
Well, I definitely think they're going to have to pull out their long-stick committee on the far left side or whatever side their defense is, because if Cal Gerard lives up to the hype that he has going to Duke after the 2023 year, it will definitely be tough on Comiskey. So if Darien wants to stay in this game, they're going to have to win faceoffs like they started to do at the end of the New Canaan game, which definitely helped them kind of have a chance at the game. So whoever comes out and wins those faceoffs will be the deciding factor.
Will indeed. The teams will break their huddles just about ready on this Saturday afternoon. This game was originally scheduled to be played last month, but actually is the opener for Darien, but it got moved to today, a reschedule. And we have a great one on hand. We're now going to take a look at the starting lineups in this one. First for the Darien Blue Wave, their attack, Matthew Minikis, his brother, Brian Minikis, off at Colgate Senior Day for Colgate today. And then the midfield, Joe Caesar, Finn Picorni, Christian Allegro. Dominant midfield, and anchoring it out will be the senior Cam Weibel and the Bucknell commit, Mac McGarren with Ivanchik and Martin. The starting lineup for Darien. And now moving on to Manhasset and their starting lineup this afternoon. Perfuto, Riley Connor, Panzik, Lapina, Terenzi on the midfield, and then rounding it out will be the sophomore Matthew M. in net for the Indians. And Frank, what do you have for us on Matthew M's game?
Well, he has very good technique, and he is seeing the ball well, and Coach Cromwell felt that he was the choice. There are 3 goalies that he's been working with, And this game, though, he thought he had the edge. And he certainly does have, as I said, the fundamentals down.
And as you mentioned, the 3 goalies for Manhasset, Jack Diskin, Michael M., and Tyler Godfrey, the 3 that have been all seeing time. But it will be M in net for the Indians. Gerard and Comiskey on the opening face-off. Always good to take the opening one. Manhasset 7-0, Darien 4-1 on the season. And we are underway. Ground ball picked up by Gerard. And an early goal there from Gerard. The second game, or the first game that Manhasset will pick up the opening faceoff and score right off it. Gerard, his 4th on the season. And just 15 seconds in, the Indians go up 1-0.
Gerard is not a typical face-off specialist who is a face-off and get-off. As you saw there, he did not draw any of the slides from the close defense of the Blue Wave, and obviously had an open lane to the cage and took it, and he's very good at shooting on the run.
And Cal Gerard, his 4th goal on the season. Cooper, it's already bringing back some flashbacks to that New Canaan game for Darien, in which Cam Wheatfeld took the opening face-off for the Rams and took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, well, I think Darien definitely has to keep their composure. Cal Gerard did just go early, so the Blue Wave picked up their first offensive possession right here, and I think if they take control, slow down the game, take their time while setting up their offense, it'll be great.
And it is 1-0 Manhasset. They are fixing the scoreboard here at the field. There you go. Our scoreboard operator, Pat D'Agostino, a little miscommunication there, and still looking like he's working on it. 1-0 Manhasset leads. Darien now Finn Picorni. Over to Allegro. Allegro now dumping it off inside, and Picorni going low and scoring. Brady Picorni, his 17th on the season, and we're tied at 1.
Yeah, it was a beautiful read from Christian Allegro. He dodged down and picked up a small slide and was able to find Brady on top of the crease, and he finished with a great low shot.
Brady Picorni, the sophomore, scored 5 goals against Richfield earlier this season. He had 3 on Tuesday against the Huskers of Yorktown, picking up his first one of the afternoon. As we're still just about a minute into this game, and it's 1-1. Comiskey getting knocked to the ground, ball still loose, and the Blue Wave come away with it, trying to turn quickly over to Picorni. And just overshooting Strube, who was cutting in on it. Now Manhasset using the momentum. Lapina wide open and scoring is number 14, Liam Connor.
James Lapina with the feed is a very versatile short stick D-midi for the Indians, and Connor on the doorstep finished for the Indians.
Liam Connor, goal number 16 for him on the season. He had 3 yesterday against North Shore in the 17-4 win for Manhasset, and he was wide open and had a one-on-one win against Cam Weibel.
The transition game of Manhasset is very good. They film the lanes well, keep their head up.
It will be Gerard and Comiskey on the face-off. Out on the wing with it. And the whistle will be blown, little contact. And it will be given to Lapina and Manhasset. James Lapina, the junior, passing it off to Terenzi. Manhasset now slowing it down. As we're 2 minutes into this game, 3 goals already scored. Both teams trying to come out of the gate firing. Peterson dodging in, gonna retreat it. Terenzi at X now. Terenzi trying to wrap around. It was actually Perfetto. In the field with it is Mack. Dumping it off, great pass. And has to keep the ball moving, Peterson. He met with Darien's Colin McCann. McCann taking a stick off the shoulder, he's okay. Now Jake Wilson's gonna take his turn. Terenzi. Fakes out McCann, staying with it, dumps it off. To Panzik, shot there, staying with Manhasset.
The Manhasset midfield is entirely a D1 commits, as is true of the starting attack. At midfield, the Indians have Terenzi headed to Virginia, Panzik is going to the Air Force Academy, and Peterson is a Harvard commit as a junior.
Three talented lacrosse players, and wrapping around, going one hand out of play, and that will be given to Darien. It was a good effort by Joey Terenzi. But Darien will get the possession. Brian Martin, the long stick. With possession on the near side, going to retreat it to Cam Weibel. Weibel, the first-year starter for Darien, doing a great job. Has Ivanchik wide open on the wing. Not passing it off. Pokorny now being double-teamed. Still trying to get it, and they will get it over to the Villanova bound David Ivanchik. Great pass in transition to Allegro. Allegro back to Barnett. Darien now going to try their effort out of quality possession. Joe Caesar, the Georgetown commit. Being played tightly by Flood. Minikis.
Minikis has a mismatch here against the short stick.
Yes.
Minikis dumping it off the shot and stopped by Im. Great feed and a shot from Joe Caesar, but Michael Im with the stop.
It was an excellent pick and roll by the Blue Wave in order to get Minikis on a short stick defender. Jack Mahalan, the sophomore, has drawn Minikis and as the primary cover guy for the Indians at close. Jack Morrison has drawn Barnett, number 4.
And he's now slowing it down. That's Panzik. Panzik now trying to get past Allegro. And Allegro knocks the ball loose. He'll pick it up. And he's going to come streaking down the field with it. Corny and Diazzo entering the play. Now Joe Caesar getting it right to Finn Pokorny.
Haven't seen much of that second line, Darien midi line. Mainly sticking with the first line.
And losing that one for a second. The ball on the ground and will be picked up by Terenzi. Barnett losing it. Now Terenzi, he's going to take the shot, stopped by Weibel, rebound. Picked up by Weibel, McGarren handing it off to him. A big stop from the Darien senior.
Yeah, Darien allowing the Manhasset offense to just get right in front of Cam, and Cam did a great job there to keep Darien from letting up another one.
And now Barnett will score. Porter Barnett, his 4th goal on the season, and we're tied up at 2.
The transition game for both teams has been very solid right now. Barnett made up for his mistake just before that goal right there, so way to capitalize.
Yes, and I think Joey Terenzi, if he had that one back, would have been a little bit more selective on where in the face of the cage he let it go. He almost hit the goalie with his shot. And generally, Joe is a little bit better about finding where it is he wants to put the ball.
A big goal from Barnett. We are tied up at 2 now. Our first goal in about 5 minutes or so. 3 goals scored in the opening 2 minutes. And that will be Comiskey and Gerard back on the face-off. Violation
And that's Gerard's second time going early.
Darien now 3-2 in favor on those face-offs. We talked about it pregame. The big factor in this one was going to be who wins those face-offs. So far in favor of Darien. Still a lot of lacrosse left to be played, though. Picorni getting past his defender and Flood. And now in front of the net, Im's going to come out and grab it with his spoon. Flood now on the far side, being double-teamed. Ball is loose, but Lapina will grab possession.
PJ Flood, along with Lapino, the short stick middies for Manhasset.
Manhasset here is Dawson Riley. Riley making one nice move. He's going to take it to the cage. Shooting and scoring. Top shelf is Dawson Riley.
Dawson Riley with a great spin against Mac McGarren, and he was able to just find right the middle of the crease and shot a top right on Cam.
Dawson Riley has a strong left hand, and he showed there his acceleration explosion towards the cage, giving himself the full face of the cage to shoot.
Dawson Riley, that is his 20th goal for Manhasset this season. He's been an electric player, a senior for the Indians, and he makes it 3-2 this afternoon.
The Indians have an all D1 committed attack as well. Riley to Bryant, Perfetto to Cornell, and Liam Connor is a Colgate commit.
And now Darien gonna move it around. Minikis finds his way over to Strube. Wyatt Bowman, the sophomore, had his first career varsity goal against New Canaan last weekend. He's going to try to get past his defender, Lapina. Minikis.
Minikis has another shorty. Let's see what he can do this time.
Minikis going low and through the 5-hole for the goal.
That's what makes Minikis so good. He recognizes the mismatch and goes right away to not allow Manhasset to reset.
Take another look at it. Minikis going right through the legs of Michael M. Off to Loyola, Maryland. In the fall, a great lacrosse player. We mentioned his brother, Brian Minikis, off at Colgate. Colgate having their senior day for lacrosse this afternoon. And we are tied up at 3. Ground ball will be picked up by Gerard. And now Manhasset going to try to get the offense going. Riley behind the net to Perfetto.
Matt Perfetto is the brother of Louis Perfetto, who is a Boston University starting attackman in the Patriot League. And Matt is very similar to Louis in his versatility, the duality of either a distributor or shooter. Both Connor and Perfetto were starters on the New York State basketball champion that Manhasset had earlier this semester.
Manhasset, the athletic powerhouse of Long Island.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, on the lacrosse field they are, at least.
Well, I think Chaminade and Garden City might disagree, and we'll find out soon enough. And St. Anthony's.
One of the, we'll frame that one of the powerhouses then of Long Island in Manhasset. The shot there and scoring is Jack Peterson.
Peterson came topside. The slide was slow or non-existent, and got his hands free and on the run, shot the ball and relatively close range.
Jack Peterson, the junior, 4-star recruit to Harvard, and he picks up goal number 16 on the season. Take another look at it, top shelf on Cam Weibel. And now Comiskey and Gerard once again at the face-off X. So far 3-3 on the face-offs. And this one knocked all the way back past the stick, the long stick of Morrison. Im's going to try to get it out.
Alert ground ball by Im, leaving the cage there.
And possession given to Darien. So the Blue Wave will now have an opportunity on the offense. Minikis behind the net with it. Christian Allegro off to Navy. 2 falls. He'll be taking a year at Avon Old Farms next year. Finn Picorni now. He's dodging to the cage. Now Minikis, he's going to make one spin move. He's going to try another one. Stopped by the defender and Leader.
Patrick Leader with an alert switch off on Minikis.
Broken stick on the field. That is going to be number 29, Mulholland, having to leave. And Darien, they're going to keep it moving. Joe Caesar. Caesar. Staying with it, shooting. Stopped and out of play. Ball staying with Darien. Matthew Minikis closest. And with the restart.
Darien definitely missed an opportunity there as one of the Manhasset LSM's head broke off. So they were a 6-on-5, but they were not able to capitalize.
Darien now will restart it. Joe Caesar. At X to Minikis. Minikis trying to tie us up. Fighting the cut, and that one knocked out of the stick of Picorni. Whistle will be blown, giving it to Manhasset.
Yeah, Matthew Minikis looked for the back door, cutting Finn Picorni, but was unable to find him.
Now the Indians will start with it. Lapina. Making a nice move on Barnett. He's going to take it out to the midfield. Staying with it is James Lapina, the junior. Now Manhasset, 1:24 left in the opening quarter. Here's now Panzik. Hunter Panzik.
Hunter wears number 32, which for Manhasset is a nod to his leadership. It was worn by the great Johnny Driscoll, who played at Manhasset High School and also at Virginia, and was a phenomenal midfielder and tenacious player. And Panzik has richly deserved that award of his number.
One of the many traditions rooted in this Manhasset program. And they will have possession with 45 seconds left, maybe holding for that last shot. Gargiulo.
Manhasset doesn't run too many lines. They actually filter in a 4th midfielder, Will Gargiulo, who was the quarterback on the football team and is a Massachusetts commit.
That shot was out of play off the stick of Panzik. And now it will be Terenza. Perfetto, my apologies. Taking it to the corner, letting the clock tick. He met with Ivanchik. Perfetto now going to try the wraparound. He's going to dump it off. Terenzi spins out of it, and that one will roll out of bounds. 4.1 left. Darien holding for a potential long last-minute Hail Mary shot in this opening quarter. McGarren, the long stick, going to rifle it to Picorni. And Picorni with the shot, stopped by Im. And that takes us to the end of the first quarter. Manhasset with the 4-3 lead. We're going to take a break on the DAF Media Network, and when we return, second quarter of this amazing boys lacrosse matchup. We're back here on the DAF Media Network, ready to start the second quarter between Darien and Manhasset. 4-3 our score. You are watching the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, bringing you this live coverage. Braden Shank, Cooper Puff, and Frank Coughlin with you. So glad you could be with us. As Manhasset starting with the ball in this quarter.
Comiskey just gave a gratuitous shove to Cal Gerard.
Shot there, stopped by Weibel. Big stop there from Cam Weibel. Off of a rocket of a shot from Panzik. And now Darien's going to try to transition it to the offense. McCann, big slash there, he stays with it. Now take you to the offensive zone. Good crowd on hand here from the Darien High School Stadium field. A lot of faithfuls making the nearly hour-long trip from Manhasset. Now Darien on the offense. Joe Caesar.
The fifth graders of Darien are actually at Manhasset High School against Manhasset and Garden City and New Canaan for a fifth grade tournament this afternoon. So that part of the faithful is at Manhasset.
It's always good to get the kids playing the rivals from the young elementary school ages. A shot there bouncing out of play off the stick of Finn Picorni.
Darien taking their time on this offensive possession, not rushing any dodges or cutters.
Now Darien wrapping around and shooting high was Matthew Minikis. Minikis scored Darien's third goal, their last goal. And was looking for another one.
In an inverted formation here as they have Christian Allegro behind.
Allegro wrapping around and scoring. Christian Allegro, the senior, ties us up at 4.
With Christian Allegro being 6'4" and Matthew M not being a very tall goalie, he can shoot just right over him, as he did right there.
Take another look at it right there. Great goal from Allegro. He took his defender all the way around and scores. Michael M, just a sophomore. He played yesterday versus North Shore, made 2 saves, and he is the starting goalie for Manhasset today.
That was a tough one for Matt M because Allegro was able to get past the short stick midi, and there was no slide from the top.
And the penalty flags are thrown. Some more pushing going on. Manhasset comes away with it. Penalty will be on Darien. Shooting it all the way past Terenzi and picked up by Martin.
And I believe it's going to be a cross check to the head from Comiskey.
So the penalty flag was thrown. And Comiskey will get the cross-check penalty called against him. He's got to put the helmet on in the box.
Donald Mack is a participant in the man up for Manhasset, number 22. Brother Kevin was a star at Michigan.
And now Manhasset has the man up. They're going to look to capitalize and break our tie.
First man up of the game for both teams.
Looking for the golden opportunity. Terenzi. Retreat it. And in front of the net. And taking that back is Peterson. Had a look.
Peterson with the shot fake on the feed from Riley.
Sending it at X to Terenzi. Shot and stopped by Weibel. Martin's just going to hand it off into the crease for Weibel.
Darien immediately finds the short stick.
And the timeout will be called. Our first timeout of the game.
Smart play there from Darien to call the timeout, because now they can get the ball to a short stick coming out of the timeout rather than having Brian Martin bringing it down the sideline.
So our first timeout in this one. Cooper, what do you think is being said in the Darien huddle right now?
Well, I think Darien defensively has been lacking on their slides, especially as Manhasset has been able to get right into the middle of the field and have wide open shots in the middle. I think Darien definitely needs to work on that, and I think that's what most likely Darien is talking about in that huddle.
And Frank, what do you think Manhasset's talking about in their huddle right now?
I think that the game has gone and as Darien would have hoped, in the sense that Girard at face-off has a little bit of an advantage, but has not absolutely dominated the midfield. Manhasset has not been as careful with the ball or as good with their shooting as I have seen in the past. And then I think number 3, Matt Minicus, has been able to create a couple of opportunities of getting his hands free and favoring his strong side, and that has helped the Blue Wave. So I think what Manhasset needs to work on is just, they showed some patience there. They just didn't execute.
4-4 our score. The timeout was taken by the Blue Wave, their first of the half. And it will set up a Darien possession at the midfield. I believe Manhasset does still have the man up, at least for a couple more seconds. Of course, Darien, they don't show the penalty time, so not exactly sure. Actually, it looks like Comiskey is on the sidelines, so both teams might be back to even strength now. And Darien now on the offense. Minikis. Now Christian Allegro with it. That has had Darien's only goal this quarter. Moving it around now, Minikis behind the net with it.
Darien sticking with Christian Allegro behind, as they saw success last time with him being there.
Over to Caesar. Joe Caesar, one of Darien's offensive leaders this year. 10 goals to his name, makes this nice spin move, gonna retreat it back to Barnett. Picorni now. And Picorni dodging. He's gonna shoot wide, stopped, and Allegro's gonna pick it up. Picorni. And going low, stopped by Im. Rebound, stopped by Im. And a crease violation on Barnett is going to turn it over to Manhasset.
Im went up and down for each of those saves. The first one right at his ankles, and he kept his cool despite the 2 close-range shots from the Blue Wave.
2 big stops by Michael Im, the sophomore goalkeeper for Manhasset. And now it will be Joey Terenzi being moving. Corjulo. The attackers keeping it, giving some distance. Now driving with it is Panzik. Going towards the cage. Corjulo is going to retreat it behind to X. Manhasset, they're going to try to get something. Been kept off the scoreboard in the second quarter thus far. Error by Terenzi, trying to get fancy with it. And he's going to take it. Shot there, knocked out from Stafford. Great job by the long stick of Jeremiah Stafford to knock the ball loose.
And a great defensive possession for Darien. They kept their composure and didn't allow Manhasset to go right in through the lanes.
That's going to set up the Darien offense. Allegro. Has some room to him. Now Minikis on the far side. Darien going to look to slow it down and look to result in a goal for him. They've only been able to do 4 times thus far. Allegro. Going high with it off the stick of Minikis. Sailing it just a bit high, but it will stay with Darien. Porter Barnett. And the timeout will be taken by head coach Keith Cromwell and Manhasset. And we're going to take a short break with that. Our score 4-4 with the Manhasset timeout. We're going to take a short break and be right back on the DAF Media Network. We're back on the DAF Media Network. 5 minutes, 34 seconds left in the second quarter. Will be a Darien possession after the timeout from Manhasset. Both teams 1 timeout remaining in the first half. And play resumes. Caesar going with it wide is Picorni. Darien now going to try to set it up. Finn Picorni going low and scoring.
And a great look from Matthew Minikis. He was able to get the missed shot from Brady Picorni and was able to find Finn Picorni on the backside for a great look.
Finn Picorni off to Harvard. You take another look at it. The lefty shot going low on Michael M. and gives Darien the lead for, I believe, the first time in this game. Comiskey and Gerard back on the face-off X. And Manhasset will get it. 7-3 the score on the faceoffs. Manhasset's run away with it in the second quarter. Darien has not won one yet. Cargiulo. I can get over to Riley. Here's Perfetto. Peterson now being met with Strube. Dumping it off to Cargiulo. Maddox now guarded by McCann. Cargiulo wrapping around and going high and scoring. A big goal there from Manhasset and number 21, Matthew Cargiulo, the junior.
Cargiulo drew a short stick midi and was able to convert from the X. Shot on the run.
Manhasset, their first goal of the quarter. It was 4-3 entering the quarter, and now it is a 5-5 tie. And that will be Gerard and Comiskey. Darien looking for their first face-off win of the second quarter. Comiskey gonna knock it out, pick up the ground ball quickly. Met with the long stick of Diazzo. And now here's Darien.
Comiskey with a big win there.
Finn Picorni. Picorni and Allegro now. A little back and forth action. Finn Picorni. Pass over to Minikis. Minikis now getting it right back to Picorni. Christian Allegro going to touch it now. Allegro shooting wide of the net. Possession staying with the Blue Wave. Minikis right over to Picorni. Brady Picorni, the sophomore. 1 goal to his name this afternoon. Brady now gonna dodge. Handing it off to Allegro. Allegro gonna power his way through, shooting, bouncing, and scoring! Christian Allegro with the goal, and Darien regains the lead. You take another look at it, he powered through James Lapina, went through 3 Manhasset defenders and beat Michael Im at the net for Allegro's 2nd of the game.
Blue Wave is very patient on that, and the Indians had actually played strong defense for the minute or so that the Blue Wave had the ball, but it was the individual effort of Allegro to make that work.
Comiskey and Gerard. Right back to the face-off X.
Oh.
Yeah, Gerard going early, resulting in Darien winning
the face-off. Looked the other way. It looked as if the Blue Wave face-off had jumped, but Manhasset did not get the call.
So now Darien will get the possession after the whistle. Picorni. Pass it over to Joe Caesar.
Strub is in for Allegro right now.
Shooting, bouncing it out of play, but thanks to Porter Barnett, we'll be staying with the Blue Wave. Barnett now with the quick restart. Passing it over to Caesar. Joe Caesar. Once again, shooting it wide.
Caesar's had a bit of a quiet day today, as he's been a huge part of this Darien offense for this entire season.
Picorni. Screen there from Caesar. Caesar making a nice move. Defense collapsing on him. Passing it out to Strub. Riley Strub off to Salisbury in the fall for Lacrosse. He'll shoot and score! Riley Strub, goal number 5 for him on the season. And Darien goes up 2. We'll take another look at it. Riley Strub, the senior, with the big goal. Went to the near side, bouncing it on the near side past him. And Darien goes up 7-5.
Strub was able to run right by his defender and get his hands free and had a great look and got it right past him.
Quick face-off, won by Gerard. He's going to look to take it to the house. Shot stopped by Weibel. Darien now quick on the transition. They're going to get something. Comiskey, the Fogo, wins the face-off, plays some time, and now will enter for the exit for the sidelines. Here's Briggs McGuckin, the first time he's touched the field, and he's going to quickly come off. Darien setting up the play. Picorni. Passing it over to Minikis. Porter Barnett keeping it moving around the perimeter. Under a minute left before halftime. Joe Caesar gonna dodge past Diazzo. Getting it to Finn Picorni. Slow possession from Darien. They're going to look to result in a big score before the half.
Patience has been the hallmark of the offense for the Blue Wave, working to get their opportunities.
Great pass to Picorni. Brady Picorni now. Whistle will be blown. Timeout taken by the Blue Wave. They draw the clock all the way down to 16 seconds. And Cooper, do you think that head coach Braymeyer and Darien is going to be setting up the final play in this half?
Well, I definitely think they're going to set up some kind of pick play that will be an off pick from the Dodger there, and maybe find the looks of Brady Picorni or Finn Picorni. And I think overall they've been doing great by slowing down their offense.
And now, Frank, what do you think is being said in head coach Keith Cromwell's huddle? What do you think they're going to do trying to protect this last shot from Darien?
The last time off of a Manhasset timeout, Darien had a set play that actually did not convert, but off a ground ball following the shot, they were able to have a quick feed. So I think he's going to make sure that Manhasset understands that there probably will be some sort of pick away, some sort of play that's a set play for Darien in this situation. I'm sure that the Darien coaching staff has quite a few of them. You don't want to, if you're Manhasset, you do not want to give up a goal here. And it's just nothing more than to be alert on defense and to talk in case there is the picking.
That is the big thing right now, a 2-goal lead for Darien. If you're Manhasset, you don't want to go into the halftime huddle down by 3. So they're going to put all their effort out here trying to protect the net, not give up that goal. And there is 16.2 seconds left on the clock for Darien to get some magic in them. Of course, another half of lacrosse still to be played after this. Darien's looking to pick up another one that is. And the whistle is blowing it in. Allegro over to Caesar, but Picorni on the near side. Keeping it moving over to Minikis.
There's the pick. Back to him. Yeah, simple pick and roll from alert ground ball in the air by Matt Im.
And that will take us to the half. Darien tried the last second play, couldn't convert on it. The Blue Wave take a 7-5 lead into the halftime huddle. Cooper, what did you see in this first half?
Well, this first half, Darien's defense wasn't playing to their high standards, but I think the second quarter, Darien's offense took their time, found the best shots available, which tired out Manhasset's defense, and therefore Darien got the lead back and took a 2-goal lead.
And Frank, what did you see in this first half?
Well, Cal Gerard was able to, as you indicated, dominate the face-off until one of the more recent ones, and yet Manhasset was unable to convert. I think they need to get their attack a little more involved in the offense and try different things, as they did with Cargillo behind the cage for the goal that he scored.
Once again, our score, Darien 7, Manhasset 5. We're going to take a short break on the DAF Media Network for halftime, and we'll be back with the second half in this one.
The technology upgrades provided by the Darien Foundation has been a game changer for us. It's allowed us to improve our training. It has helped us hone our skills. Thanks to our partnership with the Darien Foundation, who's provided all of this technology and several grants throughout the years, we're able to continue to be prepared to respond whenever you need it.
I'd like to thank the Darien Foundation for their continued support. They've been a wonderful partner, and they've taken this vision that we've had for this property and make it a reality.
Thanks to the Darien Foundation, we have this amazing new van, and we are so excited about it and what it'll do for the community.
This is going to be a real improvement in the services we provide. The Darien Foundation is important to the community in the scope that they reach out to answer needs.
It's important for people to be proud of where they live and to understand that if they want a better society, that they need to fund places like the Darien Foundation and the places like the Mather Homestead, because they're so rich in cultural achievements that it makes it a better place to live.
Celebrating and supporting Darien athletes. That is a simple mission of the Darien Athletic Foundation. Broadcasting live from the field, DAF Media covers 125 games a year. All Darien teams, our youth, in our town, on our fields. Fields like the Center Oval and Upper Oval turfs, the JV softball field, and Stadium East, the longest turf in New England. All made possible by the Darien Athletic Foundation and its generous founders and donors. The Darien Athletic Foundation is not just committed to building our town's athletic infrastructure, it's improving the civic infrastructure for everyone to enjoy. The multimedia scoreboard, the snack bar pavilion, and the stadium lights, a $750,000 investment that makes Darien High School just the second school in Connecticut with LED lights. The Darien Athletic Foundation board is made up of local parents who know just how quickly it goes by. Its archives of more than 60,000 photos capture those precious moments of our young athletes as they strive to be their very best. The Darien Athletic Foundation has raised almost $9.5 million for our town and its kids, and it's not stopping there, as it continues to build a legacy for our youth as bright as their future, both on and off the field.
This is David Genovese, founder of Corbin Cares. Corbin Cares Phase 2, in partnership with the Darien Foundation, was launched to support the people who support Darien. Corbin Cares partnered with the Darien Foundation to thank essential workers, teachers, police officers, firefighters, EMTs, town employees, and postal workers who stepped up during the pandemic. Family meals for 4 were provided by 4 Forks, Bodega, Michael Joseph's, 1020 Post, and Parlor Pizza and Wine. Post 53 was treated to a tacos and waffles night with Bodega and the Waffle Cabin. Thanks to countless donors, 910 family dinners for 4 and 110 posties were served. And the Corbin Cares office was flooded with notes, emails, and letters of gratitude. Thanks to the essential workers and generous donors, you are all that make this community great.
We are DAF Media, Darien's hometown source for sports, arts, and entertainment, established in 2017. We Are Community, a volunteer-based organization that gives nearly 50 Darien High School students hands-on experience in video production. We Are Cutting Edge, a STEM initiative. Students use cameras, computers, sound equipment, and innovative software. We Are Live, streaming 120 events per year on our YouTube channel. We Are On the Stage. We Are At the Big Games. We Are On the Field. We Are In the Gym. We Are On the Move, live streaming not only in Darien, but throughout southwestern Connecticut and the tri-state area. We are making a difference. We are DAF Media. This broadcast is produced by DAF Media, a joint venture between the Darien Foundation and the Darien Athletic Foundation. The production is staffed by student and adult volunteers from the town of Darien and southwestern Connecticut.
We're back on the DAF Media Network, the second half about to get underway. Gerard and Comiskey. And we are underway. Face-off won by Gerard. And now he's going to take it up the far side. Braden Shank, Cooper Puff, and Frank Coughlin with you. So glad you could be with us here on this Saturday afternoon from the stadium field on the campus of Darien High School. And teams are switched sides for the half. Manhasset in their orange jerseys, Darien in their home whites. Manhasset moving from right to left on your screen, Darien left to right. So now Manhasset has possession. Cargiulo. Here's now Panzik. Finds it to Terenzi. Joey Terenzi, the number 3 ranked. Class of 22, number 3 ranked on the class of 22 rankings by Inside Lacrosse. Great lacrosse player in him. Riley now. Going to dump it back off to Perfetto. Perfetto being met with a man shake. Tight defense being played on him. He's going to throw a shot up out of play. And it will be given to Manhasset. Here's Cargiulo now. He's going to be met with McCann. Connor. Now Terenzi dumping it right back to Liam Connor. Riley. That's actually Panzik. And Manhasset, that one is pickpocketed from Ivanchik. He's going to try to gain possession. He's not successful, but Perfetto is going to retreat it back to Manhasset. Terenzi trying to get past Stafford. That one staying with Manhasset. The Indians came out of the gate firing. They scored 4 goals in the first quarter, only 1 in the second quarter. Darien, on the other hand, 4 goals in the second quarter, so they're playing hot, looking to continue the momentum into the third and fourth. As the wraparound off the end of the stick of Connor, and Darien's going to come away with it. McCann going to use the soccer speed as he's on the far wing.
And a great defensive possession for Darien, stopping Manhasset from getting any kind of offense going there.
And that's the name of the game that Darien's been playing, as they've been pickpocketing Manhasset, getting it right back to their high-powered offense. As now it will be Finn Picorni. Picorni, 1 goal to his name this afternoon. He's going to look to rifle a shot up and pass it, instead passing it to Caesar. Allegro now. Finn Picorni. Allegro trying to get past his defender in Terenzi. Sees the light's going to pass it off to Minikis. Matthew Minikis. He's going to make a move. Shooting. Stopped by M. Ball up in the air past the stick of Collins, and that one will be picked up by Brady Picorni. Minikis at X with it.
Matt M showing some quick reflexes. Going low for that ball. He had the shot all the way. Changed the trajectory, but however, he was able to go low to stop it.
Allegro being back quickly with Lapina. Allegro shooting it and scoring. Christian Allegro, his hat trick this afternoon. And Darien goes up 8-5. Christian Allegro, the big goal for the Blue Wave. You take another look at it, taking it right up the alley and bouncing it past him. As now it will be Comiskey and Gerard back on the face-off. That one won by Comiskey. 6th time he's taken a face-off this afternoon and won it. Minikis going to the cage, going to his offhand and scoring. Matthew Minikis. A slow start to the third quarter, but Darien has been surging. Their second goal in the past minute, and it comes from the Loyola-bound commit, Matthew Minikis.
Well, Darien has looked great coming out of this half. They had a great defensive possession and just 2 great offensive possessions. And if they keep that up, there's no doubt that they will win this game.
Darien, the 4-goal lead over Manhasset. Comiskey and Gerard on the face-off once again. Only the 3rd time we've seen a face-off in the 3rd quarter. This one knocked out, picked up by Gerard. He's going to have to make a shifty move over to Terenzi. Terenzi, fake pass, gets it off to Perfetto. Miscommunication there. That one's on the ground, picked up by the ground ball from Perfetto. Perfetto, one-on-one, stopped by Weibel, rebounds. And a crease violation on Matt Perfetto will result in a Darien possession. Ivanchik. Another broken stick. Ivanchik will restart it. Cam Weibel in the crease. Get it over to Martin on the near side. High pass picked up by Weibel. Floater over to Ivanchik. And now to the Darien offensive zone. And that one knocked out from the long stick of Manhasset, number 13, Diazo. And now Darien's going to keep it moving. Picorni. Vin Picorni, number 18, off to Harvard. Makes a nice spin move, taking it to the cage and wide. Possession staying with the blue wave, Porter Barnett. Barnett shooting, skipping it out of play. Minikis with the restart. He'll be met quickly with Mulholland. Minikis surging at it behind the net, wrapping around, going wide. Barnett with the rebound. On the ground, some pushing going on, and the Indians will come away with it. And not so fast. That one's still up in the air. Matt Im will finally gain possession. Swing and a miss from Picorni.
Patrick Leader with the clear.
And a pass there. Perfetto will pick up the ground ball, saving the potential chaos for Manhasset. And now the Indians. Here is number 36, Dawson Riley, the senior. He's committed to Bryant. Riley now taking out his defender. Getting up quickly was McGarren. Terenzi, my apologies. Here's the Indians now. That one passed over to number 3, Peterson. Peterson now trying to get past his defender in Medwar. The shot there high and out of play. .5:01 left in the third quarter. Darien with the 9-5 lead over the Manhasset Secondary School. Clock is ticking. Here's Manhasset, Perfetto. Over to Cargiulo. Wrapping around, shooting and scoring is number 36, Dawson Riley. Goal number 2 for Riley of the afternoon, and goal number 21 on the season, the team's leading scorer.
Riley again with the running left-hander, his strong suit, the left side. He got a little bit of a pick from Cargiulo.
Take another look at it. Only Manhasset's second goal since the first quarter. And a big one as they're keeping it in striking distance, a 3-goal Darien lead as the face-off will be picked up by Comiskey. Whistle turning it over.
They're going to call a hold on Darien.
Quickly now is Terenzi looking to use it in the transition. Riley dumping it off, the shot, and going top shelf is Hunter Panzik. Hunter Panzik with the goal, the senior for Manhasset, and they are surging back into this one. 9-7 the score.
Dawson Riley with his head up for the feed. He saw that Panzik was in a very good position ahead of him, closer to the cage.
Well, Riley was in the same spot he just scored from, but instead of taking it, he found Panzik on the other side for a great look.
A big goal from Manhasset. Now Gerard and Comiskey. Ground ball picked up by Terenzi. And Manhasset once again coming away with the face-off win. Their 12th of the afternoon, 12-6 the score on the face-off wins.
And the momentum is starting to go Manhasset's way, and I think Darien has to do everything they can to get that back.
Indians now with possession of it. That's Thurlow, newly in the game, trying to guard Peterson. Jack Peterson Addex with it. Thurlow with the push. Manhasset dodging with it is Panzik. Stafford guarding tightly on Terenzi. Indians looking for the long possession, looking to convert it to a goal. Slowing it down is Connor. That's actually Perfetto, my apologies. Peterson. He's going to shoot it himself, stopped by Cam Weibel.
Weibel read that shot the whole way.
Oof. Interference call on Manhasset on that attempted clear. Goalie interference. Free clear for Darien.
Darien going to look to use that to their advantage. Under 3 minutes now in the third quarter. Christian Allegro with the ball. Taking up the alley now, and that one off the end of the stick. Picorni grabs it. Minikis with the spin move on his defender. Dumping it off inside and scoring is Joe Caesar. Joe Caesar with the goal for Darien, and it's a 10-7 ball game.
Minikis was able to beat his man, and he had a great look, but he decided to give it off to Joe Caesar, who had an even better look, and they were able to capitalize, regaining that 3-goal lead.
Caesar's first goal of the afternoon, and that is goal number 11 for him on the season. He had 2 goals versus Yorktown on Tuesday, and the senior will give Darien the 3-goal lead. That one picked up by Gerard, quickly knocked out by Wilson. Still on the ground. That's Diazzo trying to pick it up. He will. And knocked to the ground. Pass to Vanchek. Minikis trying to pick it up now, and he'll pick up the ground ball. Hit there. There's the flag. 2 flags are down. Both sidelines now are looking for the call. I think both sidelines thought the call was against each other, so the refs are in a conference on this one. Looked like there was potentially 2 fouls on the play. Nine orange will be the cross check. Gerard. And then also number 14, Liam Connor. So 2 penalties on the Indians, Liam Connor and Cal Gerard.
And I believe it's going to be a 6-on-4.
One of them is a technical foul, a push with possession, so it should only be 30 seconds. The Indians have a 6-4 disadvantage.
And it was interesting, both referees threw the flag and both sidelines immediately started crashing on him, trying to plead their cases. But it is Connor and Gerard both sent off for the next 30 seconds. It will be 6-on-4, then the following 30 seconds, the 6-on-5. So Manhasset's going to try their best here to try to stop a surging Darien offense. You got to assume they're going to look for a shot in the next 30 seconds. Allegro over to Caesar. Over to Picorni. Brady Picorni to Minikis. And Caesar coming in and scoring. And he will stay out of the crease for the goal. Darien converts on the 6-on-4, and Joe Caesar is the one that sends it home.
2 goals from Joe Caesar back-to-back, and he's starting to get real hot, and that could be dangerous for Manhasset.
But Minikis with the feeds, that one a well-executed man-up, a cross-crease pass, and particularly with the 6-4 advantage of the Blue Wave, hard for Manhasset to stop, but a well-executed play.
A big goal for the Blue Wave, 11-7. Gerard has been released. He will now take the face-off.
Both penalties have been released.
Looking for the other one, Cooper, but that is correct. Connor also released on it. So both teams back to even strength now. Gerard wins the face-off. He's not going to take it himself. Shot there, and that one is in.
Dawson Riley again coming back to his strengths.
Dawson Riley, his third goal of the afternoon, and it cuts our score to 11-8. You take another look at it. Great job dodging his defender and bouncing one past Cam Weibel.
I think that that dodge caught Darien a little bit off guard as Manhasset was still getting all their players into their offense.
Of all the Manhasset offensive players, Riley seems to be able to create some separation, and particularly with the play that Stafford has brought to marking Terenzi.
Gerard's been very dominant, especially on the faceoffs this quarter.
And the score 15-6 on those face-offs in favor of Gerard and Manhasset. Darien's really struggled ever since the first quarter. They've taken 2 face-offs since the first quarter. So now Manhasset's going to hold for the last shot. Terenzi, the senior, off to Virginia.
Now he has a short stick.
Strube trying to defend him. He's going to pass it out. Winding up and shooting it out of play off the stick of number 36, Dawson Riley. He was looking for his 4th.
He was there. He came flat-footed to let that go rather than shooting on the run.
Play is resumed. Riley's now going to use the speed, try to wrap it around. Makes a nice move on McGarren. Being double teamed, he's going to shoot it. That one is going to stay with Manhasset. 3.8 left on the clock. And that one is out of play and will take us to the end of the third quarter. Darien with the 11-8 lead on the Manhasset Indians. We're going to take a short break on the DAF Media Network, and when we return, the fourth quarter and final minutes in this one. You don't want to go anywhere. It's going to be an exciting one. We welcome you back to the stadium field, awaiting the start of the fourth quarter. Before we do that, I'm going to give a shout out to our DAF Media production crew this afternoon, all student volunteers bringing you the sights and sounds in this one. Harrison Bell, Riley Galoo, Davis Depp, David Popson, our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrew, Braden Shank, Cooper Puff, and Frank Coughlin with you. So glad you could be with us here on this Saturday afternoon from the stadium field. 11-8 our score in favor of the Blue Wave. Final 12 minutes, first face-off picked up by the Blue Wave, and they're going to look to convert early in this fourth quarter. Strube. Passing it over to Barnett. Porter Barnett. Given some room by Morrison. Picorni now. Allegro. Gonna keep it moving over to Caesar. Joe Caesar dumping it off. Going low and off the post from Porter Barnett. Finn Picorni now on the rebound. Here's Minikis. Minikis, nice move. He's gonna go low. And scoring is Matthew Minikis. And
it appears that Minikis is cramping in his calf.
So Minikis with the goal. They're going to attain to him on the field. You take another look at it. A beautiful goal from Minikis going low on him. But that is not good, seeing one of your top goal scorers go down. And now, Frank, what do you think Manhasset needs to do here in the next 11 minutes to try to come back in this one?
If Girard is able to win the face-offs, then they have to make the most of their possessions. And they have, I think they would have a run in them to come back with on the shoulders of Girard. But also I would say that I hope that Minikis is able to return, but he has been a real force, both as a distributor and a scorer. And Manhasset has fallen back on Riley as to shot attempts and needs to try to move the ball to get more people involved in the offense.
Minikis a little slow to get up. 12-8 our score.
Do not have a shot clock in high school, interscholastic high school play, and so the Blue Wave can take their time on their possessions.
It is going to be interesting in the later parts of this game where Manhasset needs to play the cat and mouse game and try to knock the ball loose and turn it over to their offense. As Minikis is leaving the field on his own will, he seems to be okay, a little shooken up. He's going to be treated to by the athletic trainers. But it will be Girard and Comiskey on the face-off. A big face-off if Manhasset can win it and turn it over to their offense. And this one off the referee, picked up by Girard. Manhasset's going to be moving a little bit quicker now. 11 minutes left in regulation. Peterson finds his way over to Terenzi. Riley now wrapping it around, shooting. Wide out of play, but will stay thanks to Matt Perfetto.
Once again, Riley coming topside, getting a very good look.
Restart, Perfetto. Gonna pass it along over to Panzik. Peterson. Peterson dodging into the cage. He's gonna retreat it back. Perfetto falling, will stay with it. Matt Perfetto now at X. Great job by Darien to knock him away. David Ivanchik, the leader in that. And had an open lane on it, isn't going to take it. He's going to retreat it. Was Joey Terenzi. Here's Jack Peterson. He's going to shoot that out of play thanks to Dawson Riley. Will be staying with the Indians. Riley at X with it. He's going to wrap it around. Great defense by Martin. Passing it over to Terenzi. Joey Terenzi. He's going to shoot it off the side of the cage. And handing it off to Cam Weibel. Great defensive effort from Jake Wilson.
And to take a quick look at Darren's bench, you can see that Matthew Minikis is up and walking, so it appears it was just cramping, so that's good to see.
Of course, one of their leading scorers, Matthew Minikis, 10 goals on the season. He has had 2 this afternoon. As now that's number 11, Patrick Thurlow. He's going to pass it over to Caesar. Once again, no shot clock, so Darien can hold it for as long as they want. Brady Piccone going to get it over to his brother Finn. Keeping it moving now, Christian Allegro.
See how quickly the referees call a keep it in which event the Blue Wave would have to keep it in the attack box. But generally the teams are afforded a lot of latitude on that.
There's now Finn Piccone. He's going to pass it off to Caesar. Joe Caesar going to turn this one into some traffic, and Manhasset's now going to flip it the other way. Here comes Jack Peterson streaking up the field with the speed.
Big opportunity for Manhasset as it's a
Peterson.
position.
And he's going to be kicking himself on that one. Went coast to coast, but couldn't result in the goal. Possession is going to stay with the Indians. You take another look at it. Had the one-on-one, Ivanchik and Medwar crashing on him, but just shooting it wide from the Manhasset junior.
Peterson was a little surprised at how successful he was. He got right to the perimeter of the crease.
And that one is out of play through the netting. Manhasset will restart it. Number 11, Matt Perfetto. Get it over to Terenzi. Peterson. They're going to keep it moving. Matthew Cargiulo. Stafford playing the tight D. The shot, that one is out of play. Manhasset going to get the quick restart. Dawson Riley. Quickly be met with Brian Martin. Riley taking it up. Dumping it down low to Perfetto. Perfetto going to rifle one out of play.
Manhasset's had a couple of great opportunities to score, but they're unable to hit the net. So if they're able to hit the net, it should result in a goal and get them right back in this game.
Manhasset currently down by 4. They're going to need a goal soon if they want to keep the efforts alive, as that one is now Peterson. He's going to retreat it to Riley. Flag is thrown, and that one is in off the stick of Dawson Riley.
That's going to be an and one goal for Manhasset.
Riley showing his speed, his ability to shoot on the run. He bounced that one.
Dawson Riley, his 4th goal for Manhasset, the team's leading scorer all season. And he has had 2+ goals in every game this year and extends that one with his 4-goal performance today. So 8 straight games for Riley that he has scored 2 or more goals. And now the faceoff will ensue between Gerard and Comiskey. 6:50 left to play.
Penalty coming on Colin McCann, number 9. 1 minute for a slash.
So Manhasset will have the man up for the next minute. Face-off, though, will be coming away with it was Gerard. Gerard now using the speed. He's going to take it out, shooting, and scoring is Cal Gerard. The second time Gerard has done that today, and Manhasset is striking back.
Yeah, giving some flashbacks to the opening goal.
Cal Gerard, not your typical Fogo, as we have mentioned, going straight to the net with it, beating Cam Weibel, and 12-10 our score. Wasted no time on that one, picking up goal number 5 for him on the season. And he's one of the top FOGO guys in the nation. And he's going to trot his way right back to that face-off X.
He's the X factor for Manhasset if they're going to make a run, if he's able to consistently win face-offs.
Timeout will be taken by Coach Cromwell and the Indians. They're going to talk some things over. Darien 12, Manhasset 10. We're going to take a short break on the DAF Media Network, a joint venture of the Darien Athletic Foundation and the Darien Foundation, and we'll be back. We're back on the DAF Media Network. Darien with a 2-goal lead, but Manhasset has scored the last 2, 6:38. And the violation will be going in favor of the Blue Wave, Joe Caesar. Only Darien's 8th face-off win of the afternoon, but they've made the most out of it. A quick flag thrown on Manhasset. So Darien, they're going to take their sweet time now, look for the perfect opportunity. Having the backstop, knowing that the second Manhasset gains possession, the play will be blown dead. If you're Manhasset, you're playing a little bit more aggressive out there, trying to knock that ball loose.
Darien has a great chance here to take the game right back.
And Manhasset will gain possession. The whistle will be blown. One of their players will be taken out of the play. So Darien will get the man-up opportunity. Technical foul. Number 42, Rowan Collins, it appears. Collins, the long stick.
Looked like he was called for a hold.
Actually,
it's only going to be a 30-second penalty.
It's actually number 14, my apologies,
14.
Liam Connor. Not 42, 14.
Actually, it was on the face-off. I think they felt when, the award to Darien for the illegal procedure. Connor had stepped forward from the restraining line before the whistle blew.
But Corney, that one into some traffic, picked up by Leader. Patrick Leader. He's going to get it off to number 6, Lapina.
And Manhasset is now back even.
So 30-second technical is done from Connor. The Indians now going to look to strike and cut us down to a 1-goal lead. Actually to a 1-goal game. Here's Terenzi. Now Panzik, Connor Panzik, the senior to Air Force in the fall. Over to Peterson.
Well, Manhasset gave themselves to take their time now on offense, cutting that 4-goal deficit down to 2 with 5 minutes remaining, so they don't have to rush as much as they were.
It's been a great job by Manhasset to strike down a shot, stopped by Weibel. A good shot from Peterson, but a better save from Weibel. Now Ivanchik's going to go to the transition, the quick transition. Low pass to Minikis. Minikis back in the game, which is good for Darien fans to see.
And a smart play there from David Ivanchik.
Flag is thrown.
And Manhasset
has
the offsides penalty. So Darien's going to take their time.
Now Darien, Finn Picorni with it. Flag is thrown on Manhasset. So Darien, you just need to look for that perfect opportunity, look to extend the lead. Picorni now. Going to keep running with it.
Manhasset short six look a bit tired as Finn Picorni's not getting too many checks thrown on him.
And that's a oddity, as Manhasset knows they need to get the ball and get possession back. No shot clock to save them.
At some point, the stall warning should come relatively soon.
And that short stick extra man is really taking his time here.
And Picorni's going to lose that one. Whistle will be blown.
And regardless if that ball was hit out of bounds by Darien or Manhasset, it will automatically be Darien ball.
And Manhasset will get the penalty called on them. So Darien will get their shot at a man up with 3:30 left to play. Some substitutions. It looks like number 14, Liam Connor, once again will be going to the penalty box. He'll be taking a knee on the sideline. Picorni with the restart.
Yeah, Manhasset, that's the last thing you want is a penalty, and it killed a bunch of time.
Pass over to Picorni. Finn Picorni over to Barnett. Minikis.
And Darien's doing the smart thing by taking their time.
Cutting and scoring is number 8, Joe Caesar. And Darien's going to add on, now a 3-goal lead.
That's Joe Caesar's 3rd goal of the second half.
Caesar, the Georgetown commit, was kept off the stat sheet in the first half and has made big contributions in the second half. 3 goals for him.
That's at least Minikis' 3rd assist.
And Minikis has been great all season, entering play 15 assists, has had at least 3 today, if not more, as the faceoff quickly won by Gerard. He's going to take it to the attacking zone, passing it off. Shot there high off the stick of Perfetto. And possession staying with Manhasset. Once again, Darien's most recent goal coming from Joe Caesar. They're the Indians now. Great dodge from from Riley. Riley's going to shoot and score. And Manhasset sticking around.
Riley came out of the roll dodge, shot quickly, and again was able to come goal line extended and get the full face of the cage.
Goal number 5 from Dawson Riley. And it's a 2-goal Darien lead with 2:47 left to play.
Well, that's exactly what Manhasset had to do. They had to score quickly, and to get that goal and change that lead back down to 2, it gives them more time to tie or even win this game.
You got to assume this is going to be a big face-off ensuing between Gerard and Comiskey.
Oh.
And Gerard went early.
It's just been Darien's game plan all day, is just forcing Gerard to go early, and it's a rare oddity for him to be called on it this much. As Strube now with it, being guarded tightly with the long stick of Collins. Rowan Collins, the sophomore long stick, defending Riley Strube.
Strube's just going to take his time behind net.
He's got 20 seconds more where he does not have to keep it in the box.
Strube now going to wrap it around, shoot it, bouncing it. Rebound to Manhasset. Here's number 5, Brandon Sargent. It's actually number 6, James Lapina. Now Manhasset, here's Dawson Riley. He's going to the cage, being double teamed. Ball is loose, and Caesar's going to pick it up. Clock continuing to tick. Pass to the midfield with Wilson. He's going to get it over to the other long stick in Ivanchik. David Ivanchik. Timeout will be called.
The Darien player, the ball carrier, left the box in the last 2 minutes with the lead, so the refs are going to consult. That should have been before the timeout was awarded. That should be a change of possession.
I think that's what Manhasset is pleading, maybe a change of possession.
But the far ref is saying that the timeout was called when Darien ball carrier was in the box. So no, now they're changing it. And Manhasset ball.
So Manhasset will get the possession. And I think Darien's going to say they called the timeout, but they were not.
Wasn't awarded, however, until the long pole carrying the ball was outside the box.
So a big call there in favor of Manhasset. And now we're going to see the timeout taken by Darien. Our score, Darien 13, Manhasset 11. We're going to take a short break. And when we come back, the final minute and a half of play on the DAF Media Network. We're back on the DAF Media Network after the crazy sequence that just ensued. Manhasset will have the possession. Darien did get charged with the timeout. Now Im. Over to Leader. Under 90 seconds to play. Manhasset's going to keep it moving. Now a minute to play in regulation. Terenzi being double teamed. Caesar's going to knock it loose and come away with it. Joe Caesar, great job by him playing the defense.
And taking a man help defense from Joe Caesar as he's just going to carry it behind and try to hold off the rest of the time here.
Manhasset's now going to give it everything they got, trying to knock that ball loose. But a great pickpocket from Caesar. And that could be the dagger for Manhasset. 30 seconds to play. Caesar's going to, that's Minikis. He's going to run around with it. Getting it to Brady Picorni. Picorni, the big hit. And the timeout is called by the Darien sideline. So good timeout called by Darien. That will be their second and, or actually their A timeout was called, though, before, and we're going to take a short break with 21.8 seconds left to play, and we'll be back on the DAF Media Network. .8 to play. In regulation, it will be Darien possession, Christian Allegro to start it, and he will be double teamed. No one in net for Manhasset. Darien having the wide open look. They're not going to look to shoot it. They're going to keep running. And that one is high. And that will take us to the end of play. Darien will win this one 13-11, and they'll take the win against the out-of-state Manhasset Indians. A great game by the Blue Wave. Cooper, I'm going to start with you. What did you see overall in the day?
Well, I think in the second half, Darien brought the intensity. They played great offense, great defense, and then Manhasset, you know, they went on a couple stretches that looked like they could get right back in this game, but Darien ultimately played better.
And now, Frank, what did you see on the day?
I think the defense played on Terenzi. It was critical. He was unable to do what he wanted to do. Dawson Riley picked up some of the slack, but most of the offense was running through Riley, and that is too one-dimensional as to scoring paths.
So Darien with this win will go to 5-1 on the season. They will be back in action against Fairfield Ward in 3 days. As for Manhasset, their first loss of the season, dropping to 7-1. They will be back in action against Southside next week. I'm going to give one final shout out to our production crew, all student volunteers doing a great job on this Saturday, bringing you all the sights and sounds in this one. Harrison Bell, David Popson, Riley Galoo, Davis Depp, our DAF Media advisor, Damian Andrews. So for our entire production crew, Cooper Puff, Frank Coughlin, wow, my apologies, saying so long from the Darien High School Stadium Field. I've been Braden Shank, and we thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.